became CEO of her own company, self-made billionaire, prisoner, roasted Justin Bieber, best friends with Snoop Dogg.
Really fancy ones in Japan.
He's the GOAT of probably all sports of all time.
You're gonna be happy tonight, aren't you, big fella? 1627.
1627.
It's like almost a 400-year-old chart.
The only capital in the world without a single traffic light.
Australia's also trying to ban social media for under 16s.
The bread needs to be black and dark, right? And you need thick amount of butter. And man, it is good.
Oh my god, that's insane. How do they design that? Hungry.
Dummies.
Hungry.
Dummies.
Hungry.
Dummies.
It's the Hungry Dummies. Boom.
Oh. How's it going, partner?
Yeah, fantastic partner. How you going?
Pretty fantastic, partner.
That's great to hear, mate. I've been curious. I've been wanting to ask you, seeing I'm not back in Australia. I read about these tar balls on the beaches.
Oh,
You hear
yeah,
about-
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
if is that still a thing, or did that impact
No,
you?
I mean, I guess it impacted me because I couldn't go for a swim for a few days.
It's like they
But the
actually closed
beaches
the
were
beaches.
only, the beaches were only closed for a couple of days.
Mm.
But like, I didn't really want to swim for like another few days after that.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was a heaps of them.
Weird. It's so, yeah, I don't know. It seems such a strange thing. Because
What
what?
was
It
it,
was
oil
made out of
spill?
like horse poo.
It was a yeah, it was a horse poo. No, an oil spill, I think.
All right.
Um,
But it was like made out of like feces, bit of drugs, and something else, right?
oh, but I hadn't read that. But
Okay.
I haven't been keeping up to the date with all the
Oh,
construction of these tar balls.
yeah, I don't know. I just found it really strange. I was like, this sounds real dodge. I mean, my headline I've got is Sydney identifies disgusting balls that shut beaches. Yeah, I don't know. It's just weird. And did they smell and stuff? Did you actually like see them?
I didn't pick them up and smell them. I saw from a distance, like when I was going for a run, I could
Right.
see there's some black balls, and then I read about it, so then I didn't go for a swim.
Fair enough. Yeah.
But
All
no,
right.
I didn't go around smelling them.
Go investigating these balls, seeing what you could find. All right.
I didn't.
Got pretty terrified the other day with I actually finally started that Menendez.
Oh yeah, yeah. Why? Why did
I
you
don't know.
start it?
It's just advertised everywhere. We've talked about it a bit, and
Yeah.
like it does hook you in somehow. But God, it wasn't even that scary. It's just the way they've done it is so like build up, scary. I don't know. It was just weird.
As in the show or the doco?
No, the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched the first episode and I was like, this is crazy. And my brain was spinning, didn't get any sleep,
Oh.
thinking about people entering my house with shotguns, which is pretty unlikely, but it's
Yeah,
possible.
no, it gets pretty messed up.
Yeah. But I was thinking as well, like they started off, they pretty much do like, there's no build up. It kicks off straight into it.
Yeah,
If you know
yeah,
what I
because
yeah.
I mean, most of the story's about the later on, but the first episode, I remember thinking, oh, this is like Entourage. This is cool. They're going
It is kind of cool, yeah.
hotels, spending
Yeah,
cash, but it's not
yeah,
like that for the rest of the show.
yeah. I saw some article as well about curious who you think the real creator of Bitcoin is. Because it's always it's a mystery.
Satoshi Nakamoto, or whatever he is.
But are we sure about that? Because it seems like it's
Well,
still a mystery, or is it people still saying like, "Oh, I'm the actual creator"?
yeah, well, people are claiming that they're Satoshi. Satoshi is like a fictional character,
Ah, he's a Kaiser Soze.
a Kaiser Soze. Where's
Yeah,
that from? That sounds very familiar.
isn't that Usual Suspects, the
Oh,
movie?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. So yeah, there's been people that have come out over the years saying that they're Satoshi, but no one really knows.
Yeah, it's such a mystery though. Like, I'm just like, how can people? Yeah, maybe it's just he doesn't want to be, identified.
Yeah, why would you? He's probably got trillions of dollars.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
he doesn't. Why would you want to get identified?
it's
He's
fair.
living it up in that chic life somewhere in Dubai,
Yeah,
just chilling. No one knows who he is. heaps of these whales, like they don't want to be identified.
Whales, is that what they're called?
Yeah, like big
Dogs.
big holders.
Yeah. Oh, right, right. I don't know. I just always find it so crazy that people can like just hide. You know, they just almost don't exist in this
Yeah, well,
day and
with $1
era.
trillion, it'd be
You
pretty
can do
easy, I
anything.
reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You've
think
missed.
about like
Yeah.
the echelons that we're not even exposed to. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
these areas of society that are
Yeah.
so we would never even know their existence. And we're
Yeah.
probably like 4 levels below
Four.
even the lowest. Like the highest echelon we could think of, like Musk's and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
presidents and like,
Yeah.
big dog sheiks. They're probably like 4 echelons below below this kind of level.
Wow. That's trippy.
Surely.
Yeah. Could be. I don't know. I'm 4 levels low. I got to
Yeah.
upgrade. You know. Like,
Yeah.
and then speaking of mystery as well, I saw I got through the Ancient Apocalypse, and I think my favorite episode was episode 6 from memory, because there was a one scene I was watching by myself, and it's this one structure, and then when the sun hits it, it's got the snake head at the bottom, and then the
Oh yeah.
shadow. I
That's it.
literally went like, "Oh my God, that's insane! How do they design that?"
Is
Like,
that the one in Mexico?
I think it is. Yeah, I'd have to check it.
Chinteria or something like
Yeah,
that? Yeah. Yeah, it's sick,
I was
eh?
like out loud, like, "This is insane! How did they do that?"
Yeah.
It's such a cool design. Like, I've never seen anyone do that.
Yeah,
In
advanced knowledge of astronomy.
Yeah, yeah. I think which one was my favorite as well? Like I think it was in South America. It was just the whole structure where they have like the artworks as well, temples which they said were built later on the top.
Oh
And
yeah,
I'll,
yeah.
yeah,
In the
that
Amazon,
place
right?
looks.
In Peru, was
I
it?
think so. I think it was in the like where the one guy who speaks. It's Maya. It's the Maya stuff, the Mayan
Yeah.
language and the calendar. That stuff
No, I
tripped
remember.
me out. I was like, that's awesome. It's
Yeah,
so
such
cool. The
an
maths
adv
and stuff, different number
yeah.
systems.
Those number
Crazy.
systems are so much,
Yeah,
they're so much better than our silly number
yeah,
systems.
it's genius.
Did you see the photo I sent you of Stonehenge under the Milky Way? Or not the or under some sort of,
Yes, I did. Yeah, I did see that.
yeah, John Judy Photo Media. You got to plug him.
Okay.
Awesome Instagram. The way I saw him is because I keep looking at the Rapa Nui,
Oh yeah,
and he won some photo award. He went there on I guess the day of the equinox,
yeah.
um, and he won this like photo of the year, whatever, with the Milky Way perfectly above one of the Maui heads, and
Mm.
it just looks unreal. Um, and yeah, and he essentially visits these old relics and gets photos of, good astronomical alignment.
Nice.
Um, and yeah,
It's
and he
what it's
did
all
one of
about.
Stonehenge. And
Oh, nice.
Stonehenge, those magnificent rocks that everyone says, they're just silly, boring rocks. I think
No,
there's some good mystery behind them.
like you've seen those parties they have. I think it's the summer solstice or whatever it is, the equinox, where they
Mm,
all go party and it's like the longest day, and they're all just everyone's there
yeah,
having.
there's
It's
got to
like
be some sort of real history behind that.
it's like Burning Man, but at
Yeah,
Stonehenge. Yeah,
but advanced civilizations.
yeah. And then it's kind of cool this year around with Halloween we discussed last week when it's so spooky around this area, like super foggy, and I was like,
Mm,
whoa, this is proper terrified stay at home situation for me. Like, you
mm.
can barely see like 2 meters in front of you.
Right. So did
Yeah,
you stay at home
yeah. What did you do?
on Halloween?
Yeah,
I don't know, nothing. Went to work.
yeah, yeah, nice.
Went to work, came home, ate some food,
Yeah,
stressed about tomorrow,
yeah,
and then probably watch TV.
yeah, yeah.
I
That's
watched a nice light-hearted show last week though, helped with getting to sleep. It's called
no,
Austin. It
Austin.
was on
Okay.
ABC. Like super easy watching. Did you watch Love on the Spectrum?
Yeah, yeah, I've seen some episodes of that. Yeah,
You know,
so
one of
lovely.
the main guys in the Australian one, he comes back in season 1 and 2.
I don't
He's
remember,
like
but yeah.
quite proper with black hair. He's like,
Mm.
if there was a lead, I know
Yeah.
there's not really, he was the lead. Anyway, they hired him to play the main actor in this show, Austin, where he plays like a neurodivergent
Yeah.
character. That,
Oh, that's
you
quite
know,
cool.
a British author comes to Australia, and a long time ago he knocked up a chick in Australia,
Yeah.
and this is the son that grew up, and he comes and meets him and says, "Hey, I'm your son." So the whole thing's about him kind of getting to know his son, and he travels to England,
Uh,
and it's pretty heartwarming and funny, and it's good.
yeah. Yeah, that's nice. Glad he got a
Yeah.
role, you know? It's kind of cool.
Oh, really cool. And
Yeah.
it was like he was really good in it.
Yeah.
And like the author's like this, yeah, classic kind of posh British bit of a douchebag,
Mm.
um, and him, them connecting throughout the season. It's good.
Yeah. Nice. That's cool. That's cool. I'll have a think about watching that. Maybe I'll watch the trailer. See, it's always good to have a nice, light-hearted thing to watch, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't watched anything lighthearted for a while, so it's nice. Helps with my sleep.
Yeah. I mean, we were talking about as well last week about weather warfare, and then I was just talking about really here it's been so foggy and stuff and grey, and then I was discussing snow the other day with someone, and I was just
Hmm.
thinking weather is pretty crazy. Like I don't know, we were just talking about snowflakes, and I was like, just all of it, thunderstorms, lightning. Even like these recent floods in Valencia. I was like, this is just, it's crazy.
All engineered by those upper echelons.
Yeah, the level 4, the level 8 players.
Yeah.
But
Well, think about snow. Like that's so easy to engineer.
yeah, they have it
You go
all
to
over
mountains, and
Threadboat.
they just, yeah, exactly. Any ski resorts engineering snow.
And I think Russell Crowe was talking about he's on working on some, I think it's a Noah movie, and he's saying like they've got these rain towers, and they can just dump like thousands of liters of water and make it look like it's absolutely pouring with rain. Like that's crazy.
That's pretty
So
cool.
cool. Yeah.
But
Um,
yeah, think about electricity. We can essentially make thunder.
yeah.
Um, we can
Yeah. Yeah.
stop rain with silver. Um,
Stop
we
rain
c-
with silver.
yeah,
What's that?
like so it's to stop. I think it's clouds, which and rain as well. Like if you fly a plane, if there's like a big event, they can
Mm.
fly planes and essentially scatter microscopic elements of silver, and it disseminates the cloud and stops the
Oh,
rain.
I'm gonna have to look into that one. That sounds.
I could have butchered that completely, but I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that's
Yeah.
right.
All right, I'll fact check it. That's pretty cool
Mm,
though.
mm.
Um, but yeah, weather's wild. I don't know. I even think about thunderstorms are terrifying. Like, there's a
They are
lot of them in
pretty.
Sydney. I
Twisters are pretty crazy.
twisters, yeah.
Twisters are crazy.
We don't get those though. I think that's more of an American thing, surely.
Yeah,
Yeah, but they're
yeah.
crazy.
They're nuts. They're
Yeah,
pretty hard to engineer, I reckon.
yeah,
Because like there's no source, it's just going, it's like it's generating its own energy
mm,
and going all through it.
yeah. That's crazy. I think you're also discussing. um, excuse me. How
Just
in
breaking my ears.
the
Such
most
a dad cough as well. An irrelevant one cough. Excuse
yeah,
me.
I'm a one-hit wonder. It's about clearing
Uh,
the throat
yeah, yeah.
instantly. I don't want
Throat
to cough
clear cough.
5 times.
Oh,
Toilets are so important as far as convenience and traveling. Like when you're in a new city and you don't have like a place, you know, like I thought about this in Paris. I was like, you're walking around for ages, and I find it difficult to find a toilet without, you know, going into a restaurant, having to buy something, all this sort of stuff.
you just go in.
Just go in.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. If I need to go to the toilet, I'm not struggling to find the toilet.
You're just going.
Well, it depends. I mean, at number one, I'm
Yeah,
going.
yeah, yeah,
At
yeah.
number two, I like comfort anyway.
Yeah, of
So
course, of
I'm
course.
not gonna. I rather wait and not sacrifice the comfort because I'm gonna sit there for like 25 minutes, play some chess, look at
Yeah,
Instagram,
have a great time. But
read my
like,
emails.
I think I'm talking about more number ones. But like, I know in Paris they had these public toilets just on the middle of the street. Felt so not private, and you just, I'm like, it's great. It's convenient. It's not the
Y-
most sanitized thing in the world, but you know, does the job.
That's all right.
Yeah,
Number ones, that's okay.
yeah. But then I saw the other day, I think they've got these really fancy ones in Japan, like beautifully
Oh yeah.
designed, architecturally just magnificent. It's like top 10 toilets in public toilets in Japan. I'm like,
I
yeah.
read that recently as well.
Oh, nice.
Top 10
Yeah.
toilet. I think it was top 10 toilets in the world.
Okay. This one had the
Yeah,
best locations in Japan. I was like, oh, pretty G to go to Japan. I really want to
same.
go. Yeah.
I think we were discussing our next top three locations, and we're trying to decide between Philippines, Vietnam, and Japan.
Oof. All three are great.
Yeah,
I
they're
mean,
all very different
mm,
style, you know.
mm.
Like
I would,
Philippines, a bit more adventurous,
yeah,
a lot of diving, things like that.
yeah,
Vietnam, more of a foodie kind of place, I
oh,
reckon.
100%.
Some history there as well.
Yeah,
But then Japan's like full on culture, like completely different style
yeah,
experience.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I would highly recommend Vietnam. It's like one of my favorite places I've been to.
Have you been
So
to
cheap.
Japan or Philippines?
I have not, but I do want to go to both of them.
Yeah,
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 yeah. Well, that's great. I also got to bring up, as per usual, been watching rom-com,
classic.
Have you seen The Ugly Truth before? I think it's a 2005 movie, something like that, with
Uh,
Gerard Butler and Katherine Heigl.
maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
He's
know.
basically like this talk show host, and he's like real upfront about like almost giving men dating advice and all this sort of stuff. And anyway, it's actually not terrible. Kind of funny, pretty stock standard, but maybe I'm just a Gerard Butler fan. But I was wondering what happened to Katherine Heigl. She used to be in like every movie. She's
I guess
gone.
she didn't have range, did she?
Not really.
Like she couldn't play a different character than
No.
that classic character.
Yeah. Like she's good. Good actress,
She's good.
Yes, yeah,
She's good
yeah,
enough.
yeah.
But she's not an Oscar winner.
Yeah. True.
Um,
But yeah, my boy Gerard Butler he's just the best. I love that he's Scottish. I don't know
yeah,
why. I
yeah,
just think it's so unique in,
yeah.
Hollywood to be Scottish. But yeah.
Yeah. I feel like maybe I half watched it. Maybe Bev
Yeah.
had it on,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
I was kind of paying attention here and there,
Yeah.
but I can't remember any of it.
Yeah.
We
It's
watched
not that memorable.
the latest Martha Stewart doc.
Oh yeah. I've seen that pop
Pretty
up.
pretty amazing. Like she had a lot of achievements in her life. Like she came from very humble beginnings, became a model, then she was like a stockbroker and like big wigging in it, one of the only females in like a male dominated, you know,
Yeah.
back in Wall Street days. Um, Eventually became like the biggest name in cooking and gardening, etc. Had all these magazines, then became CEO of her own company, became self-made billionaire, um, then obviously a prisoner, and then like best friends with Snoop Dogg. Roasted Justin Bieber,
She's done
like
it all. She has done it
pretty
all. Yeah.
incredible, pretty incredible.
Yeah, that is cool. Like the fact that she was a criminal is crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, actually,
yeah.
no, it's not, but like it is at the same time.
She's pretty like she's very blunt, like very respectable. Like she's so
Yeah,
blunt and kind of rude, and everyone seemed to hate to work with her. But you
yeah,
can't help but like
respect
Martha's a
that.
boss. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
she's a real
But it is
boss.
such a diverse career. Like I didn't
Yeah,
really know she was a stockbroker. Like that seems so different to cooking and gardening.
yeah. She just always loved it. and then eventually moved back to a passion and became the biggest name in it in the world.
Yeah. Because I saw that as well, like, it's pretty old news, but like she was on like the cover of Sports Illustrated or something at whatever age
Yeah.
she was. And I'm like, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, no, as in when she was like
Like
older.
older. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, she was a fox when she was young.
Yeah, I don't picture
Mm.
that, but good on her.
But like, not like a OnlyFans model now,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
like a
yeah.
fox, like
Yeah.
in the
Rel
70s,
relative fox. Yeah.
Yeah, like, yeah.
Every time you say
Um,
fox, it just reminds me of Austin Powers instantly. I don't know
Foxy.
why. Yeah, just.
It's me, Foxy.
Think of Wayne's World sometime.
Oh yeah, that's
Foxy.
I guess that's good old
Yeah, Garth.
Mike Myers. He's a king.
No, it's Garth
Oh, Garth. Yeah, of course.
when he does the jukebox scene with the foxy
Foxy
lady.
lady
Yeah.
coming to get ya. Yeah,
Coming to get you.
so good.
Yeah, I love Garth.
He's
That's
so-
his name,
he's
right?
such a-
Garth?
Yeah. I mean, that's
Yeah.
the turtly enough for the Turtle Club guy. Blanking on his name all of a sudden.
Dana Carvey.
That's the one. Yeah.
He was awesome.
Yeah. That's actually a pretty cool name, actually, Dana Carvey. I like that.
That is a cool name.
Yeah.
That is.
Because I was thinking about this week as well. I'm like, I feel like your parents have such an important role in your life as far as deciding what your name is. Some examples I thought of. I'm like, Valentino Rossi, the motorbike rider.
Mhm.
Great name. Like, you're going to just be the fastest, coolest guy ever if your name's Valentino Rossi.
Well, I feel like Italians just are lucky in general because all their
Yeah.
names are pretty cool.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Like Emilio, Enzo, Valentino, Giovanni, all these cool names generally. No matter
Yeah, they are
what
quite-
name you have,
Yeah.
even if you're like Johnny or Nico or Tony,
Tony.
like the
Yeah.
Americanized ones, they're like,
Yeah. Still
oh,
cool.
that's cool, man.
Yeah. And then, like, the American ones I was thinking about, like, Tommy Hilfiger, I've always thought is a cool name. Maybe it's just because you're so familiar with it. But Travis Pastrana is quite a cool name. And then,
Pastrana doesn't sound American though.
no, not really. But these are just cool names. But I also am like, is it because I know what they're like as a person? Or just because it's a cool name?
No. I like when you work at different places and stuff and you first meet new people
Yeah.
and sometimes
name.
a name pops up, I'm like, oh, that's a cool
That's a
name, man.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like you'll get like a Wolf pop up or like a Sterling or something like cool
Oh.
like that.
Wolf and Sterling are great.
Yeah.
But that's their parent. Like, that wasn't their choice, unless they've changed their name legally. But, like, I know Vin
Yeah.
Diesel's quite a cool name, I thought.
Yeah. Well, I guess
Max-
his name's probably Vincent.
Yeah, maybe. Max Verstappen, the Dutch Formula One driver. Kind of a cool name.
That's
Verstappen.
okay. Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Maybe it's all about having an Italian name.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Luca Brazzi.
Oh, yeah. That's
No,
cool.
Salvatore Carleoni.
Salvatore Ferragamo.
Yeah. Just
Which is
sounds
pretty
good.
good. That yeah. But then you could have, like, I don't know, I'm trying to think if your name's like George, or I don't know, something so
Vanilla.
plain. Vanilla, yeah.
Yeah.
No offense to all the Georges out there.
Yeah, I mean, George is kind of cool because then
It's
you'd be
actually
like
cool.
George times 2.
George squared, baby.
Yeah. He's got some cool variations he could do.
Or you could be like, my name is Jorge.
Jorge.
Yeah.
Yeah, names are cool. Me and Beth always, I want a really cool name for when we have kids.
Yeah.
Like,
It's important.
same,
It's
yeah,
so
yeah.
important.
Yeah.
And another thought I've been having this week, I'm curious what you think. Do you think the majority of, like, poorer people are more generous than richer people? Because I was thinking, like, I
Depends
can
how you
see that.
define generosity.
Yeah. I think what I was thinking is more, I don't know, say if you have, like, a worker come into your house or whatever it is, like a carpenter, whatever. They come into your house, do some work. Like, I don't know, offering them a couple of cups of tea or a glass of water or whatever it is, or have a snack, whatever it is, that generosity. Whereas some people are like, okay, you can have one cup of tea at this time, that's it. Or that's just an example, but you know what I mean?
Is that generosity though? Or is that just courtesy?
Hospitality, Kurt, yeah.
Yeah, like generosity, I feel like generosity is you're giving up something of yours that matters, something of
Yeah.
value. Like a
Uh,
cup of tea doesn't cost you anything, but
Well,
like
but
you need
some
to give up
people
your
are,
time or something worth, monetary value, I think,
yeah.
to be
Well, that's the
generous.
thing, though. Maybe for some people, a cup of tea might be, you know, might be a lot of money. I don't know. It's just, I can see where
Yeah.
you're coming from, but yeah, it
But
just
in
made me think.
in terms of, I mean, it's an interesting question. Like, are lower socioeconomic people generally more generous
Yeah,
as a proportion of their wealth that they give
exactly.
away?
Yeah.
I'd say probably not.
Mm.
Maybe they're
I,
more generous with their time.
maybe, maybe, or maybe I don't know. Are they more thoughtful, or yeah, I don't know. Are they just kinder in general? That sort of thing. I don't know.
Possibly,
It
kinda.
just my thought process. I was like, yeah, it's an interesting concept. Like I've heard people say that before, like, oh, when people make money, they become less generous, which I'm like, oh, you hear both sides of the story, really.
Yeah, and I think it depends on the scale. Once you get to, again, a higher echelon and you have
Yeah,
that much money, it's easy to be generous.
yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you just give away millions and it means nothing to you.
Hmm.
And like a lot of, really wealthy people go into philanthropy and stuff.
It's true. Yeah, just a thought I had. Yeah, because I guess you can argue both sides of the
Yeah.
story,
But I
but
think a lot of the time when you meet, at least again in the echelons we're exposed to,
yeah.
the wealthier people are generally a bit less kind, in
Mm.
my experience.
That's what I've sort of
But
found
I think,
sometimes.
again, we're not exposed to those people that have
Yeah,
accumulated that much wealth that they can then, forget
yeah,
about it a little bit
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and give back.
Mm. Yeah. And then I don't know if you've also noticed this as well, but I was eating this massive like roast the other day in like a pub, and so many people walk past and like stop, look, and like make a comment like, "Oh, you're gonna be happy tonight, aren't you, big fella? You know, that's a big meal for a small little bloke like you." Just making the funniest comments. So I'm just trying to eat this delicious roast, but like, "Oh, you're
Yeah.
gonna be on the couch tonight later, fatso."
I, I feel like I'm one of those guys.
Or just would stop and make a comment about this massive
Yeah,
platter of
uh,
food.
yeah, or like in general, like if someone's eating and it
Yeah,
looks good, I'm like, oh, that looks really good,
yeah,
mate. I bet you're happy with that order.
yeah. That's exactly what they were saying. Like all
Yeah,
these,
yeah,
yeah. It's nice, but it's like when it's consistent, you're like, you have to be like, oh yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Like, just trying to eat my meal here.
yeah,
But it's a nice,
yeah.
friendly thing. And then later on, the waitress will come past and be like, oh, you guys finished up your meal. You must be stuffed. You ready for dessert? It's like,
Yeah,
just making fun of how much you're eating.
yeah,
But
yeah.
it's great. It gives everyone entertainment, you know?
It's such a dad move, though. Like,
Yeah,
just even, it's like little things like, a dad, seeing another dad at the
yeah.
at the restaurant, they're like, who let you in here? Well, like, as I live and breathe. Who, what are you doing here? Like,
Shouldn't you be at home tucking in the kids, mate?
yeah, yeah.
Like,
Working hard or hardly working? Because it looks like you're doing both, eating food here. So,
nudging him while he's trying to eat.
yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Mind if I take a chip?
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I just sit down with you?
Yeah,
Uh,
classic.
oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
It's such a, I feel like at a certain point in a male's life, you just aspire to be a dad.
Yeah, yeah. I think you see the benefits of it. You just get almost privileges.
Yeah, say whatever the hell you want, and it's
Yeah,
always really funny.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't know if you've been getting into this guy, but he's quite big here. Old Teddy Swims.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
think he's got an incredible voice. Like,
yeah. It's pretty
really
good.
good. For like a pop, like not pop, but he's big on the radio and stuff. I'm like, this guy is real nice. And then I saw this video the other day of like a person trying to teach you how to do, I think it's lose control. Like you go, I lose control. And I was like,
Yeah,
whoa. And then like you break it up into the sections. You're like, that's pretty cool.
yeah. I mean, that's the only song I know by old Teddy Swims.
Oh yeah, he's got some
But
good ones. You got to listen to some other ones. I
yeah,
can't remember the names, but I'll send you some. It's
maybe I would
good.
have heard some others, but
Yeah.
that's the only one that comes to mind.
Um. Yeah. Then onto some sport news. I just wanted to bring up that it's pretty great that Vince Carter finally got his jersey retired and he's in the Hall of Fame now. I was like, well deserved.
Nice.
Like growing up, he was the dunk king. Like
Yeah,
he
the
was.
elbow dunk,
Yeah. Elbow dunk,
um,
the Olympic dunk.
the
Like, oh yeah,
blindfold.
yeah. I think still my favorite is like the 360 windmill, but it's like reverse 360 windmill.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
that's still one of my favorite dunks of all time.
Yeah, like that. He put Raptors on the map.
Yeah. He's like a
That
celebrity in
that's all the
Canada.
Raptors were. Like up until whenever, what was it, Kawhi years.
Yeah,
It was
exactly.
just Vince Carter, and that's the
Like they
only
had
reason everyone
Tracy
knew the
McGrady
Raptors.
as well, but I know it was more Vince Carter. He was
Yeah, but T-Mac was more known for
the Rockets and stuff.
Rockets.
Yeah, it's cool. He's been playing in the league as well. He was playing in the league for ages. Like he's
Yeah,
played for
well, he
so
was
many
the
teams.
oldest player, wasn't he?
Probably. Yeah,
Up,
yeah. I think
until
so.
he retired, and then
Yeah.
LeBron. Which is crazy that LeBron's the oldest player and he still
Still
dominates.
dominating. Absolutely dominating.
It's
It's
crazy.
it is wild. Yeah.
How can anyone argue that he's not the GOAT?
It's true. As far as yeah, that's such a good point. Longevity.
Like
As far as
in
and
everything.
he's
That
yeah.
he's the GOAT of probably all sports of all time.
Because people always bring up the championship stuff. Like
Yeah,
how
I think
successful
anyone that makes any argument is an idiot. Like it is now, it's just there is no debate. He is the GOAT.
and
He's the
it's
GOAT.
crazy you're so confident about that even like across all sports.
Well,
Like
no,
that's
across all sports,
is
like who else do you have as a contender? Maybe Gretzky,
Tom Brady surely up there.
maybe, but Tom Brady's not as impressive, like because he's just a quarterback. Like all he did was throw a ball. In terms of his skill level,
Physical specimen,
yeah, like
athleticism.
it,
Yeah.
it, yeah, Tom Brady. Okay, yeah,
Success rate.
you can make that comparison that
Mm,
he's the GOAT in NFL,
yeah.
but as an
Then pe
athlete, you can't compare.
then people mention like the Messis, the Ronaldos, obviously, that sort of stuff. Guess that's
Yeah,
foot.
I mean, I think now too, like it was Messi and Ronaldo. It was the debate of who's the GOAT in football,
Yeah.
and like I don't think there's anyone that contends in history. Like you can't Pele, Maradona's, whatever.
Mm.
None of them. It's either Messi or Ronaldo. But I think now it's become clear that Messi has
I would
got
say
that title.
I was saying so too. I think Messi for sure. Yeah.
And now, and yeah, and still, I don't think Messi compares to the status of LeBron.
That's crazy. Yeah.
I think it's literally just Gretzky. Maybe like, I don't know, Babe Ruth or something.
Yeah.
Um,
I'd have to think of some
but
other ones, but yeah. Because yeah, there's so many different sports. Like you go into golf, you can go into I don't know, like anything. Like
yeah, and I don't think there's anyone.
yeah,
Apparently, there's this new baseball player
yeah.
that's worth double every other player because he's like the best pitcher and the best batter.
Oh, I think I
I
have
forgot
heard
his
about
name.
this. That's cool.
Um, so there's mad hype around this guy.
Is he like American or is he one of these Japanese
I think he's
guys?
Japanese. He's
Okay.
Japanese.
I don't have to look him up, see if I can find him. Is it Shohei Otani? Maybe?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think so. Shohei.
Looks like it. Remarkable path from high school star to 50-50 club founder. Looks like he's for the LA Dodgers. I don't know. First person to hit 50 home runs and steal 50 bases. I don't know. Maybe it's not him.
No, that sounds familiar, but
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah,
Yeah.
LeBron and Gretzky. I don't think there's any others in the
See, I don't really
contention.
know much about Gretzky, to be honest. I've heard his name, obviously, but
Well,
you just
I
love
mean, I
him.
don't know that much either, but
Yeah.
I just know that there's no one that'll ever come coming close to his records.
Yeah. True. See, I don't know much about hockey, full stop. But
It'd be interesting for GPT to do a
oh
little
yeah,
comparison. Who they think, LeBron or
yeah,
Gretzky.
yeah. Last two things I want to bring up to you is sort of to do with bans of stuff. I heard I think it seems like Australia doing a lot of banning of stuff, but they're going to get rid of ads in cinemas, which I thought that's fantastic. But then remember we used to play the ad game.
I
Yeah,
love the ads.
yeah.
First of all, it gives you a buffer to be late.
Of course.
So you don't have to stress when you're getting your popcorn and everything.
Yeah.
And then it's fun to come and like I hate, you know, in more recent times you go to the cinema and they have like insurance ads and shit like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But before you used to go and watch trailers for future
Oh, yeah,
movies and it
that used to be
was
the
awesome.
best. You get so
Yeah,
hyped. It's genius. It was a
yeah,
great marketing scheme.
yeah.
It makes you come back to the cinema. It's
So
true.
that's a shame that they're getting
Yeah,
rid of ads.
yeah, yeah. But it's the attention span thing again. Like, surely people, like, it's Netflix and everything. People just want, start the movie. Boom, let's go. Let's get this movie done.
Yeah,
But yeah, I just found it interesting. I was like, that's surely such a big money-making part of the cinema industry as well. Those ads before the
yeah.
movies. But
I'm surprised by that.
yeah. And then I heard recently Australia's also trying to ban social media for under 16s. I think we touched on that
Yeah,
recently.
yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah.
like, I wonder how they're going to do that, you know? But
I Yeah, I mean, I suspect they're just gonna have put your age,
yeah,
verify your age, some
yeah,
rubbish like that, and anyone can just lie.
yeah. I don't know.
But yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, surely they're not gonna do like a digital license check.
well, I was thinking they might. I don't know. Depends how strict they want to be. But,
Maybe.
yeah.
What did I do? I saw Coldplay on the
Oh yeah,
weekend,
nice.
which was pretty cool. I'm not like a huge Coldplay guy, but I mean, they've got a lot of like really good songs.
Yeah,
Especially like I didn't even realize until before the concert when I started listening to them again. Like, shit, they got heaps of good songs.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, like obviously it's at a core, so 80,000 capacity. Um, and they sold out 4 shows in Sydney.
4 shows. That's quite. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a lot for Sydney.
yeah, that's
Normally,
like 320,000 people
hmm.
that went to see them just in Sydney.
Because I swear they normally these big acts only have like 2, max 3 shows in one city.
Yeah. And then they've sold out like all over Australia. Like I did
Oh,
a
of
rough
course.
calculation that it was like 5% of the Australian population went to see Coldplay.
That's what I've been seeing all over my feed. Everyone's gone to Coldplay. I'm like,
It's
well,
nuts.
yeah,
But yeah,
they
no,
look,
like we had decent seats, but still like in the stadium so far back.
yeah,
And usually, I like small intimate music events. I don't
yeah,
like this kind of
yeah.
big stuff. But I went and they were really impressive. Like the theatrics and the show they
Mm.
put on, like everyone's got wristbands and they light up different colors throughout different songs, and they're all geotagged,
Oh yeah.
the wristbands, so they make shapes, in the
Oh,
crowd
that's
based on
awesome.
the lights,
That's cool.
like different balls and fireworks going
Yeah, yeah.
off, and
Seems real
like real,
nice, almost really colorful, which I like.
yeah, yeah. And that Chris Martin guy, like it almost was a bit too much for me. Like I felt like it was
Yeah.
almost a little bit too fake, but he's always going on about love and peace and like,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
seems, but still, like really nice energy.
Yeah, that's what you want.
Yeah, it was cool. It was
Yeah.
cool. I liked it. But every time, like before the show, I was thinking about Coldplay. I always think about Super Heinz,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, and he's like, Jeremy, you can't trust people. People like Coldplay and voting for the Nazis.
Yeah.
People like lager and nuts. People like Coldplay and voted for the Nazis. You can't trust people, Jeremy.
Classic Superhands line.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but no, yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, nice. I mean,
And
I
what else?
kind of would have want to see it.
Yeah, like I'm happy I went.
Yeah,
I'm
for
happy I
sure.
went. And then I saw something pretty cool about. Did you see that longest living shark they found in the Arctic?
No.
So
In the
they've been
Arctic.
yeah, they were studying like Greenland sharks,
Mm.
which are the apparently the longest living vertebrates on Earth.
Mm.
And they found this one shark that's been alive since 1627. It's still alive.
1627. It
1627.
was like almost a 400-year-old shark.
Yeah, 400 years old.
That is so hard to believe.
Yeah, I know, but it's wild.
That's
400
sick.
years old.
So they have like, is there pictures and stuff of it?
Well, there's a picture in the article, and it looks like a really old shark, but I suspect.
Get out my
Yeah,
way.
yeah, yeah. Damn kids on this.
Shark with like
Jet skis.
where it's got like hearing aids on, like keep it down up there.
Um, but yeah,
That's
it's nuts.
yeah.
It's like a Wolverine of the shark world.
I haven't heard of a Greenland shark. Is that
Um,
from
yeah,
Greenland?
uh,
Yeah, yeah.
I assume so, but yeah, longest living vertebrates on Earth.
That's so cool. Wonder
Pretty
if there's
cool.
more of them. There's gotta be.
Yeah, oh no, there's heaps of them, but I
Mm.
mean,
That's the
I don't know
oldest.
how old.
Yeah, yeah,
That's the
yeah.
oldest one they found, but there could be one that's like 600 years old. You
He's
know?
like he's like the LeBron of the shark world.
Yeah, the goats.
Yeah, yeah.
Huh.
Longest living, just absolutely killing it. He's the
Yeah,
apex predator.
maybe not the apex, but the
Okay.
old pex.
Yeah. I mean, I did have one
But
other thing I wanted to bring up to you about animals. As far as I was running the other day, and in the farm, just a bunch of seagulls. I'm like, you don't belong here. And I was just thinking back also in Sydney, like there's always seagulls in like Chinatown or UTS, like in the middle of the city. I'm like, what are these seagulls doing here? Like, go to the beach, go to the sea. And it used to frustrate me, just looking for chips and food.
yeah, I mean, there's a lot of yum Chinese food in
It's
Chinatown.
true. It's
The
true.
Portos at UTS.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So maybe they've
why
just
why not?
adapted. Yeah.
Yeah.
It just frustrates me. Like this animal is meant to be in the sea for fish. Just that's what your ancestors
In the
did, and
sea
now
or in the gulls of the city.
ah, I guess you're a supporter of it.
Of the seagull migration into the city. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't mind less seagulls on the beach. Go to
Yeah,
the
it's
city.
true. I wouldn't
Yeah,
mind less seagulls, full stop, really. That's maybe
yeah.
my argue.
But there's some benefits of the seagulls. Like when you're fishing, you follow the seagulls to
True.
find the bait balls.
Baseball, yeah.
What about election? Should we talk a little bit election? We don't have to talk political views,
We can
but
talk
we can
election
just
if you. I thought you would want to. I'm like,
pretty big,
yeah,
pretty big
it's,
week in the election.
yeah, it definitely has been. Yeah, it's
Pretty crazy that map of the vote by county.
yeah.
Um, and
So a lot
should
of
be a
red.
pretty interesting next few weeks with who he selects to be in the cabinet.
That's true. Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Like, did you see? It's so Musk. Oh, what was it called? Like they're thinking of a new title for him,
Oh, really?
and like I think it's Department of Government Efficiency or something like that.
Yeah.
And this, yeah, abbreviation is Doge. like Dogecoin.
I did hear that on a pod the other day. Yeah, yeah.
So classic. But yeah, like Muskie, RFK
Yeah,
coming in, and he's gonna
yeah,
gut that whole healthcare system and
yeah,
should make some big changes. And then Trump released that video a few days ago about going after everyone that's kind of been going against freedom of speech,
yeah.
which was like could be pretty massive. A
Hmm.
lot of heads could roll.
Like they
Should be
seem
an
like it
interesting few weeks.
seems like freedom of speech is pretty a massive thing, obviously.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I'm sure he's got his own personal incentives, like, because get him a lot over the last few years. So he wants to, from one side, I think he wants a bit of vengeance, but then
Mm.
it's also part of his whole shtick is to protect freedom of speech.
Yeah. No, it is interesting times. That's all I'm gonna
Interesting
say.
times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like it's once again, it's always one of the things. It's crazy how much of an impact across the world it has.
Yeah. No, it's
Yeah.
one to monitor.
Yes, indeed.
One to well,
Yes,
something to keep an eye out on.
yes. Just make sure you've got your watchful eye on that and see
Yeah.
what happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Great. Okay, obviously, we've pushed the locations of where we are today
Yes.
to the end of the pod,
Yep.
just because we want people on Spotify to be able to listen in from the start and not pay attention to the video. And then we also thought it might sit better at the end of the app.
Yep.
But so yeah, if you want
I'll have a
to
look where you are
share
this week.
my
Just
location,
bear with me.
or have a look at where I am today, because
Yeah.
obviously my backdrop doesn't reflect that.
Yeah.
Give it a
Okay.
few quick guesses.
Okay. Are you in China?
No.
Are
Well,
you
no,
in India?
no,
Are you in Japan?
no.
Okay. 3 quick guesses
I-
there.
I'll tell you where I am.
Okay.
I'm in Bhutan,
Bhutan. Okay. And why are you in
Um,
Bhutan?
in the capital city, Thimphu.
Great name.
Yeah. I, I am. I was actually. I didn't know how to pronounce it because it's spelled like Thimphu.
Right. Yeah.
And I looked at the pronunciation and it's literally Timpu, and I'm like, that's pretty funny.
That's how you pronounce it.
Yeah.
You can't debate with that.
But yeah, no, it's the only capital in the world without a single traffic light. And I'm,
That is awesome. That's
you
so
know,
cool.
you may know that I'm not a big fan of traffic lights,
Mm.
and we've spoken about the effectiveness of the roundabout system in the past,
Yes, of course.
and how towns, they're so efficient with the roundabout system.
Hmm.
Obviously, I don't think there's economies of scale. Like in a big city, it wouldn't work, but either way, traffic lights are very frustrating.
Yeah.
And this beautiful city does not have a single one.
I'm guessing
And
it's a pretty big city. Like,
I don't know
you
the
know.
population. Like, it's a capital, but I don't know how big it is. I mean, Bhutan is like one of the most prosperous from a GDP sense in the Asia region,
Hmm.
but they're still like, not super wealthy in comparison to the
Right.
rest of the world, and I doubt they're very populated, if they're so prosperous. But yeah, either way, and I think it's also meant to be one of the happiest places in the world.
Nice.
Probably
How does
because they
their
have no
road
traffic
system?
lights.
Do you know how their road system works? Or how they people?
Well, yeah, so that's the thing, right? So there was actually a point in time where they installed a traffic light,
Yeah.
and so many people complained and felt it was that impersonal. They reverted back to their current system, which is using traffic policemen.
Oh
And
yeah.
like apparently, when you visit, locals love to tell the story about the Great Rebellion, and have people take pride in the slower, more kind of
Yeah.
human-centered pace of the city. And yeah, apparently like officers sometimes break into like Dan's to entertain waiting cars, which reminds me of Rush Hour, and Chris Tucker is a
Yeah.
traffic controller.
So good.
But yeah, no, it's pretty cool. All right, so where are you? Are you in Myanmar?
No.
You're in Asia?
I'm in Asia.
Malaysia?
No.
Oh, la 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 la.
I feel like you really want to get it.
Yeah,
Whereas
I
I was
really
just
do
like,
want to get it.
yeah.
I do.
I do.
Um, It's somewhere that I feel like I know, but I'm not gonna get it.
You do know. I feel
So,
like you would know.
well, I think I even know this specific building, but I'm just gonna say Vietnam
No.
to get the ball rolling. Tell
I
me
am
about it.
in a place called Bangkok.
Bangkok.
Yeah.
Bangkok, obviously.
Yeah. Obviously. This is Wat Arun, which has a much longer name. Temple, which is more than 300 years old. But it was only until the 19th century it has that famous look. The height of the main tower is 80 meters tall. And the reason I'm in Bangkok is because my brother's in Bangkok at the moment. And I thought I'd go and visit him. So, never
Fair
been
enough.
to Bangkok before. Yeah.
Wild city.
Yeah.
Very wild.
I'm trying to think of the song. I should know it. The world's your oyster. One night in Bangkok and the world's your oyster. Is that the lyric? Is that how it goes?
I don't know. I don't know that song.
But yeah. So
Sounds
you've
like a
been
good
to
song.
Bangkok, right?
I've been to Bangkok
Yeah, yeah.
and Phuket and
Yeah,
Phi
yeah.
and
Yeah, yeah.
Copenhagen and
Nice,
all over.
nice. Yeah.
But when I went to Bangkok was a separate trip.
Okay, right.
Um,
Oh, right. Yeah. It seems pretty cool. You know, brothers in a tuk-tuk and stuff, eating all these foods, yum, like rolled up famous noodles.
As in younger brother?
Alban, yeah.
Oh, Alban.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Solo? Or
No, with the
the
missus, and
missus?
then
Yeah. I mean, again, I'd love to go back to Thailand and do like a different style of holiday,
yeah,
you know,
of
not
course.
like
Yeah.
like because it's awesome place with the missus too, you know, you can
Oh yeah.
get resort living kind of style,
Yeah,
but
cheap.
I think I've done it now, so
Yeah, fair. You got
some
Philippines, Vietnam, and Japan to go to.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right, are we getting into food discussions? What are your thoughts on portion sizes at Michelin starred / fancy restaurants, as far as your value and all of that? Yeah.
Well, I guess Michelin star doesn't mean that they're going to be small portions, but
No,
you
you
mean
get
like a fine dining
Yes.
degustation kind of thing, right?
Yes. Yeah.
See, it used to grind my gears,
Mm.
and I was like, not about it.
Yeah.
Until my whole, I guess it was in Italy where my whole perception of this kind of fine dining and degustation changed. And now I love, and obviously not drinking and stuff, in my head, I'm like, I spend more on, a nice dinner here and there.
Yeah.
I'm all about it because I'm never leaving one of these kind of degustations hungry. Like, because you get like 12 plates and they're
Yeah,
all
yeah,
so
yeah.
small and they always have so much butter and sauce and richness and fat, and
Yeah.
they're perfectly curated.
That's
That
a great word, curated.
it works. They've been designed specifically to satisfy the need of their place in that menu. And I think I got no quarrels with it. Like,
Another
sure,
great word.
if I went to a fine dining and just ordered one meal,
Three courses or something. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'd be pretty irritated with it.
Yeah.
But usually, you go and you get the kind of a set menu in a form of kind of degustation, and yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah, I would say the same.
I'm all about it.
Yeah, like I think when you initially see it, you're like, is that it? But then you taste it and you're like, oh my God, flavor bomb, like insane
Yeah.
how they can pack so much in such a small little delicate thing. But you're
Yeah,
right.
yeah, and it just works. Like that's what you need. You can't too much more, and you won't be able to truly appreciate it.
Yeah, and you're right. It's normally is like 12 courses or lots. Like
Pickled herring. Your thoughts?
I'll be honest, I don't think I've ever. I may have tried it when I was younger and I was put off it, but I don't have much of experience. So I guess I would say I'm not a fan, but I haven't really tried it recently, so I can't say. What are your thoughts?
You know what? I mean, I think just based on my ethno-cultural background,
Yes.
I've got the tongue for it.
Right.
But I get why you wouldn't, but you have to do it right. It's kind of like Vegemite, You don't
Oh,
go
yeah.
and get Vegemite and just eat a spoon of Vegemite.
Yeah.
You need black, dark rye bread,
Mhm.
thick layer of butter,
Mhm.
and don't go ham on the herring.
Yeah.
Just just put a few little slices
Don't go
on.
ham on there. Don't put ham on your herring. Yeah.
Dill.
Mm.
The bread needs to be black and dark rye, and
Yeah.
you need thick amount of butter. And man, it is good.
Okay.
It is very good.
Okay.
But again, Don't get any of this bullshit John West, fake
Yeah.
tinned
No.
crap. Like you need to get the one in the jar.
I was gonna say it comes in
where
a
it's got
jar normally.
Yeah, it's got to be like a Scandinavian brand.
Yeah.
It's got to have the onion peels and the peppercorns,
Mm.
like garlic. It's got to be good stuff, and
Made
it's very
correctly.
nice.
Okay.
It's very nice.
You have to make it for me
Um,
one time, partner. That sounds pretty good.
yeah, well, I mean, you can probably get some good stuff around your part of the world, like
Yeah.
imported from Sweden, Finland, and stuff.
Yeah. Smoothie prices. Do you think it's worth the prices that cafes charge for just a smoothie? $8 to $10, £5, whatever you want to call
Yeah,
it.
I mean,
Like,
no,
mm,
I don't.
yeah,
But that doesn't mean I don't always get one.
right.
Rarely get one because I enjoy making a smoothie at home,
Hmm.
and especially like, now that I have more protein and stuff, like it's more of an excuse to make a smoothie.
Yeah.
But sometimes I want an acai smoothie, and I'll get a, acai banana smoothie, and it does the job, and it's delicious, and I'm not upset about it.
Nice. Yeah, I respect
Um,
that. I'm kind of the same. It's more like, for me, it's like a holiday vibe. If you want a smoothie,
yeah,
treat yourself to a smoothie.
yeah,
But
that's the word. It's a treat.
yeah,
It's not a
every day.
regular occurrence.
Yeah. Like, they're delicious, but I think as far as what's going into the smoothie, I guess that's where they make the money.
Yeah, well, it's also not healthy. Like a Boost juice
Mm,
is like 150% the sugar of a full sugar Coke.
that's crazy.
Something crazy like
That is
that.
crazy. Yeah.
It's like
That's wild.
it's all sugar, man.
Yeah. Sugar man. Sugar
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
So they're a bit of a gimmick if you
Oh,
think
for
about
sure.
it.
Yeah. I think it depends how it's made.
Advertisement of the week.
Today's advertisement is Johnny's Fish and Chips on 143 Marion Street, Leichhardt.
Johnny's Fish and Chips. Remember when I first arrived in Australia, got in through immigration, picked up our bags, got in the taxi. We said, take us home. Where did we arrive? Johnny's Fish and Chips.
Oh,
Um, I remember walking in, the big golden arches, the smell of batter,
mm.
the three-service Emilio, Tesla, and Nicoloco. Um, so serving Chico rolls
Oh.
and basted batter buns.
Mm.
They said, welcome home. Put us up in rooms, and for the next 5 years we lived at Johnny's Fish and Chips. Till I guess the great accident of the Leichhardt mayor, who decided we could no longer live there. The matter being, Johnny's Fish and Chips, one of the best accommodation in Sydney. Very good fish and chips, very good Chico roll, and incredible service. It is really another home to me.
Thank
So
you.
visit Johnny's Fish and Chips.
Lovely. Shout out to Emilio. All right. I guess
Alright.
till next week, partner.
Yeah, till next week.
All right.
Boom.
Boom.
Mm.